Hello YouTube. This is Baylor Mage again. This is going to be a really quick video. This is just on the Transfigured Gems Part 1 post. If you haven't seen them, I did go over all of the gems, reading them all through for the first time, giving initial reactions. It was in a very short stream. The stream was on Twitch and YouTube, so there'll be a link to that VOD if you want to see us go through all of them. If you don't want to go through them on your own, if you want me to read everything out to you, that VOD is there. There'll be a link to that in the description so you can watch that. But I want to pick out a few specific ones from this post that interest me the most personally and tell you why I think they're interesting. The first and probably most interesting to me, I have to find this one. Blade Blast of Unloading. There's actually two that really interest me, but this is one of them. Blade Blast of Unloading deals damage in an area around you. If you have Blade Vortex blades orbiting you, it will detonate each of them in turn, dealing damage again in an area around you for each one. 100% more area of effect per Blade Vortex blade detonated. This one interests me the most, or quite a lot, because it doesn't seem to be basing the damage on Blade Vortex. So we just need to have Blade Vortexes up. And there are a ton of ways to automate Blade Vortex, especially if we don't care about the level of the spell. There's a lot of cast when damage takens, there's triggers, there's all sorts of things. To be able to maintain 6 to 10 Blade Vortexes up pretty quickly all the time in automated fashions won't actually be that hard. And that would turn this into a one-button build, because if we can automate the generation of Blade Vortex, then we can just be running around casting Blade Blast of Unloading all the time. And that could be really good with a 250% damage effectiveness and a 6% base crit. And the base damage numbers the way they are, with that being 1,100 to 1,600, I think this could end up doing quite a lot of damage. Quite a lot of damage in a pretty decent radius. Base radius of 1.5 is relatively small, but with 100% more area of effect per Blade Vortex blade detonated. Per blade. Not if you just detonate on the blades, but per blade. The area on there could actually get really big. That one's super interesting. I can't wait to see what people come up with that. Alright. The second one is the other Blade Blast. I guess this sort of counts as one because it's both Blade Blasts. Daggers have been in a pretty bad spot in general for a while. They haven't really been used, but you can get a reasonable amount of damage on them. Just not enough to make most of the time, not enough to make attack builds with daggers worth it. We'd usually end up using claws. In most cases, there's some specific exceptions, but in most cases, you just end up using claws. But this one is deals added spell damage equal to 580% of the damage of your equipped dagger. There are some basic starter daggers like Volcanus that are going to do a pretty good job here, but also you can just craft daggers that are really good. And dealing 580% of your equipped daggers damage as spell damage could lead to some pretty insane numbers. So I'm pretty excited about that one. And then there's another one. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? I didn't put it anywhere. I guess we should mention this one, which is the Cremation of Volcano. Basically, it's just a weaker cremation, except you can have 6 of them and they don't require a corpse. So is it weaker? Because it became a one-button build and you can put 6 of them down now. So it's less damage per volcano, but it becomes a one-button playstyle. This could be really useful as well, but it's not the one I'm the most excited about. The one I'm the most excited about is a Bladefall, which I have lost because Blade Flurry, Trap. Here we are. This is the one that excites me the most. Bladefall of Impaling. There are very few ways to make our spells impale. This one could be really interesting. So critical strikes deal no extra damage, but critical strikes impale enemies on hit. It has a 10% base crit chance, making crit scaling very easy. 10% is a huge base crit chance. It also has a 147% increased impale effect. I have for a while been pretty heavily against the idea of making like champion spellcasters. I know that they've been good for quite a while. I just like thematically hated the idea. I hated the idea that champions were running around with spells. I know they were good. I just hated it. This gem makes me want to make it a champion spell build. A straight physical impaled champion spell build. I think it's actually going to be amazing. This is like sleeper strong for anyone who hasn't messed with impale before. You should definitely look up exactly what impale does. I'm not going to go through it, but with 147% increased impale effect on the gem itself, actually amazing. So much damage is built in there. I actually can't wait to play that one. So those are the ones that interest me out of this set. There's a few others in there that are really, really cool. Burning Arrow of Vigor is really, really cool. It lost all of its base damage, but it gains damage scaling with your maximum health. So there'll be some life stackers that do Burning Arrow. Burning Arrow is definitely back. This is really good. The Poison Caustic Arrow I think is going to be amazing, but like those are the ones that I went over. Those are the ones that stand out to me as like really different builds that could exist that couldn't exist before. The more of these alt gems that I've seen, the more I'm realizing we're actually getting a lot of new skills this league. They're just different takes on skills we already know, but like some of these are going to build completely differently from how we would normally build the skills. And so there's actually like quite a lot of new skills in here without like adding new skills, but there are quite a lot of new skills in here. So that's it. Those are the ones that excite me about the part 1 post. If you want to see me go over all of them and read through them, again, link to the VOD in the description of this video. So I will see everybody next time. Goodbye.